All right, man. Well, I just want to thank you first and foremost, man, for taking some time to talk to me today, man. It's always good to catch up with you and just see how everything's been going with your life.
Oh yeah, man. Appreciate you, Johnny, for having me, man. You know it's always a pleasure.
Yeah,
You
man.
did.
Yeah, so one of the things I've always noticed about you, my friend, and I think that obviously, every time I get a chance to chat with you, you are always mad busy. You're always busy, dude. I don't know when you sleep, fam, because you're always working and cooking up on something. So,
Yeah,
I know you got new music coming out like in a week or so, right? Like
yeah,
coming
yeah.
right around
March
the corner,
7th.
March
Yeah, March
7th.
7th. I got Hate Me still coming out. You did.
Oh man, I've been loving the promos, fam. I can't lie to you, dude. Like you get me a little hyped every time you like drop something new, because I was just like, oh, he's got some new heat coming. Even if you just teasing stuff, you know what I mean? I think it's
Yeah, I've
always
been getting busy. I've been getting busy with the iPhone 15. Like I ain't using like no big cameras and that. I've been getting busy with the iPhone 15 with my homeboy Slick. We just been getting busy. So everything you see me posting stuff is like really done off iPhone, you know?
that's wild, dude. That's crazy, man. I
No,
needed.
no attachments either, just a plain iPhone 15. Matter of fact, we doing an interview on it. It ain't the phone I use, but it's like the my camera phone. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
don't like
man.
talk. Yeah,
That's awesome, dude. Because your video quality looks fucking like great, dude. It really does,
yeah,
man. There's like a ton of artists out there, where, like like where you can kind of tell that like they're working with what they got, and like
yeah,
even for someone like yourself, dude, like working with just what you got, your shit
yeah,
looks fucking good, bro. Like
yeah.
I. I'd be watching like your reels and stuff, and I'm like, man, that's sick as shit, dude. I'm like, I wonder how. I'm like, how do I even incorporate some of this stuff into like my world? Like, I'm not that tech savvy, so
Yeah.
hats off to you, dude, for just
Yeah,
like,
no, I had to learn how to edit though, or you know, I was gonna always have to wait because I don't stay in the same state as my label or the people that could really help me. Like so
right, right,
I had to just figure it out. You know, that's what it's all about. Just like figuring it out and going and showing yourself that you want it first and foremost. But you know, man, once you start taking it by the horn, the other people start looking like, okay, yeah, he going hard and start
yeah,
doing extra stuff. Like, okay, we could put whatever money behind him or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
yeah,
just
man.
doing my job for myself though. Like I'm not doing it for like nobody to do nothing for me. I'm really doing it for myself because it needs to be done. You know?
That's awesome to hear, man, dude. I could feel that energy in everything that you do. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
have a very admirable work ethic. And like I said, I think I've said in a couple of reactions that I've done for some of your songs, man, that I'm like, I look up to you that way, where
Yeah.
I look at the work and the dedication that you put into what you do, and that motivates me. You know what I mean? So like, definitely don't think that's lost on the audience, dude, because you have a direct effect on me just seeing what you do, and the way that like you're not looking for handouts. You know what I mean? Like you're really trying to figure that shit out on your own. You're trying to build that
Yeah.
community on your own, and
Yeah.
it's a really cool thing to witness, dude.
Yeah. No handout, just opportunity. Looking for opportunities, man.
Yeah, man. It's
Any
kind of
artist out there, I take opportunity over money. Like I think every artist should take depending on the situation, but most any situation, even if you like poor or I think the opportunity might be better than money in probably like 90, 100, 200% of the time.
yeah. Money is nice and all, but honestly,
Yeah.
those opportunities speaks for itself,
Yeah.
man.
I mean,
That's
the right opportunity gonna land you everything you need, or it's gonna land you another opportunity. The money it's gonna come, man. Like the money just you can't go head first in like music for money. What I'm learning, you know what I'm saying, in my experience with music, like man, the money just gonna come, man. It's an energy thing, so it's like you can't focus on it too much. You got to focus on like the work,
yeah.
and then one day you're gonna look up and there's gonna be some money right there. Like, oh, I can go buy a house or something or do something nice. You did?
Man, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear you talk about that, man, because I feel like there's a lot of artists out there, they I think you get a little discouraged about the fact that like it takes a little bit of time for that money
Yeah.
to come. You know what I mean?
Uh, you super patient too. You got to be super patient because man, we humans. So it's times that uh you can sit back at time and stuff, and it seems like that ain't working. You putting out and you get the same like comments or whatever. Like so, it do get discouraging, but I mean, you got to know what you're doing it for, man. I just doing it for the love, baby. So it's like, if you got a love for it, it's like, you're going to have your down days a million times. Out of 2 million days, you gonna have a million down days. But you
I
gonna
know
have a
all about
million
that.
fun days. Yeah, so, you know, no,
Yeah,
so if
man.
anybody listening and want to start music or already started music and then gave up, like, get up, check back in the game because, man, you don't know how close you is to winning if you give up. You know what I'm saying? You'll never know.
Yeah, it's I love that sentiment, man. And like I said, like like you said, man, there's those days where we're gonna get discouraged that way. You know what I mean? And I think that that's only natural because, like you said, we're human beings. So it's just great to hear you put out that positive message of to keep going even through those hard times, man. And like even with the music that you put out, like you even talk about a lot of that stuff in your music too. So that's one thing that is just really great about your overall character and your music at the same time is the fact that like you get all of your perspectives on just the way that you look at life that way.
But you gotta stay in the positive mind. I wasn't always like this. Man, like man, sometimes you got to choose. Like man, it took me a long time to just start looking at try to find the good in every situation instead of leaning on the negative. Because sometimes even me, like I put stuff in my head, like I think something going on, and then it don't even be that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it do be that, but sometimes it don't be that. It'd be like, man. So I just try to find a positive, even in negative situations. I just try to find like a little silver lining because in every positive situation, it's gonna be like some negative stuff. In every negative situation, you're gonna find a line of positive. Like probably later on in life, like, oh, that happened. And if I wouldn't have went through that, I wouldn't have been here or I wouldn't have got to this. So I just try to tunnel vision, you know what I'm saying?
No, man. I think, like I said, it's a great perspective to have, man. Because I'm like, I'm even going through that right now, like in my life, where I'm trying. I know to think the positive, right? But I'm like, that one negative thought can really just kind of ruin your day sometimes.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
So I know exactly what you mean, man. It's definitely a mindset, and you have to kind of remind yourself even when it's tough. So
but then again, it go back to we humans. So it's like every time you ain't gonna be able to think positive, but if you could get yourself back to that center place, and if it's positive, it'll be straight. But I mean, we human, bro. Like we gonna be negative sometimes. Sometimes we ain't gonna like everybody. So it's cool. You feel me?
Right. Yeah. I think it's just important for us to try to remember, like you said, to not let that weigh us down and control our mindsets that way.
Exactly.
We're feeling like that.
Yeah.
So that's really great, man. So I know you said that you got new music coming out it's March 7th, right? I want to make sure I get the right date. Okay, that's right around the corner.
Oh, for sure. That's like Friday. I think. Yeah, Friday. I don't be paying attention to the time enough, but yeah, I think it's Friday, but it's March 7th. Whatever it is, everybody gonna know we turned up. You did.
I'm excited for it, man. Is there are you dropping a video with this one, or is it just a
song release? No, I ain't gonna drop a video. I'm just dropping audio. I ain't really had a concept. Maybe when you listen to the song, you give me a concept. We can run. Anybody that listen to the video, throw it in the inbox. If we get some I ain't really had a concept that I can pull off with the iPhone and stuff. You feel me? So
no, I hear you, man. I think that you pull off a lot with what you do.
Just this time. Or it might be a video like it. I don't know. Like I might shoot one today. I don't know. Like I go off energy, bro. So and I got to go off ideas. Like right now, the stuff I'm trying to do for it, I can't pull it off. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like too big for myself to just do it. You feel me?
No, I hear you, man. I'm definitely excited to hear it, whether there's a video included or not, man. Honestly, when it comes to like what I do, when it comes to reactions and all that kinds of stuff, I could appreciate a music video because it's fun. But honestly, I do like that chance and the opportunity to be able to just focus and react to just the music. So I'm excited for the fact that this go around, I'm going to be able to do that for you this time. So I get hyped on everything that you do anyway. So I know I'm going to fuck with it. I already heard the samples.
I think the music videos though bring out every song, like not just mine. Like I like watching music videos. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, I'm the same way, man, because I feel like the little bit of the art I think is kind of like fallen to the wayside a little bit. You know what I mean? Because I don't think we put as much stock and emphasis as we used to, especially back in older
everything content based. So it's like do you do one video for 3 minutes or do you do 10 content clips? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
welcome to the new world, you dig?
Right. You gotta
The
pick and
shit just
choose
gotta
of
be
what you
made.
think you gotta try to go with. You know what I mean? It's almost like gambling a little bit. Like you don't know if it's gonna work or not either.
Exactly. And I feel like the content, I wouldn't necessarily say it's easier, it's more tedious. I like music videos, bro. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in a time where I woke up and turned on the TV and, I watch music videos, man.
Yeah.
I love the content, I can appreciate it, but I like music videos.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm the same way, man. That's why I get excited when I see that there's so many new artists that are putting like the stock and effort into music videos. You know what I mean? And like, you're a perfect example of that where like every time that you put out a video, there's a concept, there's a story, and it's fun. You know what I mean? And it reminds me of all those videos that we were talking about, we watched growing up. You know what I mean? Turning on like Stacy's Mom and shit. I think we talked about last time we talked.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, shout out to Stacy's Mom, man. Who doesn't love that song, man? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
man.
Can't help
That's
it.
the part. Everybody got to love that. You can't hate that.
That's one of those songs where it just puts you in a happy mood when you hear it. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, it's just a vibe. You know what I mean? Yeah,
for sure.
But yeah, man. So when you go and you think about like your concepts for your video, like do you take does it all just kind of come randomly for you? You know what I mean? Does like, do you go into sometimes like already having an idea once the song is completed, or do you kind of marinate on it a little bit? Like, or does it kind of change a little bit for you each time?
Man, I'll be calling my boys, or I'll be calling like, and just like, hey, let them listen to the song, like, what y'all think? And just come on, I got this idea. And then, the idea got to get honed down, because I could go like, I want to jump out of spaceship, or, man, we want to get it. Oh, man, it'd be crazy. So I got people that try to hone it down that know me, you know what I'm saying? That kind of like, all right, this possible, we could pull this off. This absolutely got to come with, you know what I'm saying, a super big check come or something, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we got to keep everything balanced, man, because I'm an artist, so I'm going to just go all the way, $1 million budget videos if it was up to me, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, if money wasn't an option, right, the things that we could fucking do.
Man, especially now with all this technology, man, it's crazy.
Oh man, yeah, it's crazy. That's what I'm saying. What people can just do with a phone is nuts. So can you imagine what you do when you put some money behind that shit too? So it's wild. Where were you exactly, dude? Were you out there like with the damn airplane graveyard and shit for some of those clips you was making?
Yeah. We couldn't go past. Listen, we couldn't go past the fence, but the iPhone zoomed in, so it looked like we was like right there, but we was a little far back. But yeah,
right,
I was at
Davis Monthan Air Force Base, right, or something like that. Is that
no? I was in Arizona. They got a graveyard in Arizona. I wasn't in Cali when I did that.
Right, out there in Arizona, there's it's like a military base or whatever where all the shit's at, right?
Yeah. I think so. It was. I think we shot it on a holiday, so it was closed. So wasn't nobody there on the graveyard part. So it was like a big parking lot, and we just went on the hood. It was some photographers and everything up there. Like, it was people up there. But yeah, I think it was a military base. I got to look it up, because we was riding and seeing things, We just was like, oh, let's go pull over and shoot, get something out of it.
That's hard, man. I like that. I said, I'm like, when I saw that shit, I was like, bro, I'm like, if that's where that one military base is out there, I'm like, I think I've actually been to where that graveyard is that he's out there chilling at.
Oh yeah, then you been. It's only one of them, so yeah. You definitely.
That's fire. When I saw that, I was getting a little hyped. I was like, man, that is fucking dope as fuck. I was like, he's out there doing that shit. I was like, I love the fact that you recorded some content for stuff out there, man. That was sick.
And it's crazy. So I've been on planes like a lot of times in my life. That's the first time I really like seeing how big. I'm like, dang, planes like big, because they all broke down and stuff. Like planes like super huge.
Yeah, dude. Some of them drones are enormous, man. Like, especially being in the military myself, I was in the Air Force. So like, I spent a lot of time around all those planes and saw them with my own eyes. And so seeing some of those actual drones, like with like the things that you would see, like, pictures and like just air shows and stuff growing up and all that kinds of stuff, like seeing it like in person, I was like, how do these things even fly? You know what I mean? Like they're carrying like 5 helicopters and a plane. Like it's insane, dude. It's nuts.
Man, you was jumping out of planes?
Oh, nah, man, I wasn't that cool. I wasn't that
I
cool.
was like,
I wasn't that cool.
I was like, yo, your life a movie.
Nah, man. I would have definitely had to tell some of those stories, man, if I was actually jumping out of planes and shit like that. That would have been cool. Nah, I can't lie on my name like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But no, man, I appreciate you for serving the country, though, man. You know, that's bravery, man. A lot of people don't got the kahunas to do stuff like that. So, man, I appreciate you, man. You did.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, it's been a long journey of like, you know, just kind of like back and forth feelings of you know, my military service and the things that I saw and did in my time in the service and all that. But it's one of those things that I always tell people that I'm glad that I made that decision so somebody like yourself didn't have to do that and you could go and follow your dreams and you could make music and you didn't have to go through that. So you know, so I'm thankful for my service as well, even though it's been one of those like questionable things in my life that way. But I do appreciate you for thanking me, man. But again, like I said, I'm thankful that I did decide to go through that so that way, you know, people like yourself didn't have to, and other people didn't have to also make those sacrifices. So shout out to all my brothers and sisters out there in the armed forces for sure. So
for sure, man. God bless them. You did.
Yeah, man. You know, it's a tough life being in the military, and I think a lot of people really can't really fully wrap their mind around everything that a military member and their families especially go through. Because it's tough on the families too. You know what I mean? So so shout out to all those men and women who are brave enough to put on those uniforms and serve our country that way. So you know, times are always scary, times are always tough, and you know, shout out to all those people that do that, you know, each and every day.
No, for sure, man. Respect.
So let me think. What else been going on in your world, man? Yeah,
and I've just been working, man. I've been working on clothes, fashion, and just music, man.
I wanted to ask you about that. You got a collaboration with some shoes that are coming out?
Oh yeah, Ash Noor. Yeah, I got it. I'm wearing it right now. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so yeah, we got some shoes. They almost done, you know. So I got the first prototype. Oh, my bad. I thought I was at home. I ain't got it.
No, you good. I seen it in the stories. So yeah, I've seen you shared it out there on social media a few times. So I wanted to ask you about that because I'm
what size you wear, Johnny?
12, bro. 12. I'm gonna have to get me on the pre-order for that for sure.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna got you. I'm gonna see you some.
Nah, man, that'd be awesome, man. I saw him. I was like, that's fucking lit, bro. Last time you put out some shit, man, you didn't have my size, brother. I was like, you know, you had this all the slim fits. I'm like, I gotta get at least the 2X, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, the world going baggy. You good? You ain't got to worry about that no more.
I'm glad that the baggy swag is coming back, man. I was like, we had our time with the slim fit, but you know, not everybody can pull off the slim fit and make it look fire.
No, I think we at a time now where I think the skinnies, I don't think it's gonna go there. I think everything is just freedom of how you feel now. Like when I was growing up, it was like everything on TV. We didn't have internet, so it's like a lot of bold people now. So it's like I think you can get up and just wear baggy stuff one day, skinny, baggy, all skinny. Like it just I think it's dressing is a feeling now. And I don't think nothing is too far left or the right way, no. And nothing in life no more.
Yeah.
I think you just got to do you. You know what I'm saying?
I was actually talking about with a friend the other day about the same thing, about how like this is interesting times that we live in when it comes to fashion, because you could really dress almost like to any decade and it'd be completely acceptable. And nobody would really look at you weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nobody, yeah. Because like when skinny jeans back when I was like, that was like, it had to grow on us, man. It took years for me to like put on some skinny jeans, like go from baggy to skinny, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I've always been an emo kid at heart, but those skinny jeans took me a minute. You know what I mean? Like it took me a second. You know what I mean? I used to, like I said, I was growing up wearing oversized jerseys and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I was living. And then, you know, then I started getting comfortable with like, just wearing like the more like slim fit like band shirt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I was like the skinny jeans. I'm like, I don't know though. I don't know.
Yeah. No, slim fit cool though. Slim fit cool. Once I put on the skinnies though, I could go back. I just tried to put on some baggy stuff the other day. I'm like, I got to get used to it, but I like it. I like it. Got to get back used to it.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy how our taste can change like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where we had to get so used to something, but then now we can't even live without it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. Like we didn't even like it when it first came out. You did?
Yeah, I was just talking about that the other day where I was like, I can't even wear regular like blue jeans anymore because it makes me feel weird. I gotta wear, they always gotta be black. You know what I mean?
Oh, listen, it's hard. I'm glad you said. Listen, it's hard for me to put on anything with black pants, bro. I don't know why, bro. And I know y'all probably see me on the internet with a couple like it be hard, man. Like getting dressed without black pants. I don't know. It's something about like black, bro. You did,
dude. I'm the same. I feel
not just because not just because I'm a black guy. You did.
It's about the color. It's just about that color, man. Because I'm the exact same way, bro. I tell people on my streams that I'm uncomfortable when I'm not wearing like a black sweater that day.
Yeah, you know man. I mean? Black, man. I'll probably go all black the rest of 25, man. I don't know, man. I'm thinking about it. You did?
I could go full My Chemical Romance like every single day, bro. I could just be straight black, all head to toe every day if I would let myself just do that. I try to put a little splash of color in there, but anybody that watches it and sees any of my shit, they see I wear black almost every single day of my life. So.
You know what? I ain't never seen you without black. Now that you say that.
That's what I'm saying. It's a rare occasion when I'll throw on like the blue or the gray. Yeah. It just makes me.
It feels kind of like you off balance. Like you didn't wear it so long. You've been wearing so black. So when you take off the black, like even like these shirts, like I just be like, man, I'm so used to wearing black. Like black, it can have like writing or different color writing or something on there, but I'm used to all black, bro. Like for sure.
Facts. Yeah, I'm the same way, dude. It's kind of crazy how us humans get comfortable with things like that. You know what I mean? Like just like how we feel out of our own skin a little bit just because we're not wearing the right color that we associate ourselves with that way. You know
I wonder if that's a bad thing though, because we get complacent. Like, because the complacent is kind of like a bad thing, huh? I wonder if that's a bad thing.
Honestly, bro, my friend, she was over here talking to me about this the other day, and she was saying, like, you got to get out your comfort zone, and you know what I mean? And I was like, she's kind of right, though. She's kind of right, though. Where I was like, every once in a while, I probably do got to throw on the blue hoodie just to kind of, like, get used to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm trying, bro. I'm trying to mix it up. I'm trying.
You see, I got lit. You see, I would have done another lit, but I got lit. See? Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. It's all about one day at a time. You know what I mean?
Hey, baby steps. You got to crawl before you walk.
Yeah, man. Just like you were saying earlier, dude, about all this music game and stuff, man. Like it's not a sprint. It's a marathon. So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think
you got to you got to be locked in, man. Like you got to know what you want. And me, like I'm still finding it, man. Like this rock space. Man, like, cause I'm a person that is no genre, so music is music. But obviously, it not to the world. Music ain't just music to the world. So because it's pop music, rock music, rap music, this music, jazz music. You know what I'm saying? So, man, in these spaces, man, I operate, man. It's people above, and it's people that got ideas, and it's people that like stuff certain ways and stuff, man. So when you come and try to be like a disruptor, not even a disruptor, just doing you, man, it take like somebody bold, like Good Charlotte to be like, oh, I see something in them. You know what I'm saying? It's because I'm still developing. You know what I'm saying? I think an artist never done developing ever in his life. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I'm still like finding my sound and everything, man. I don't feel like I'm at my best or nothing right now. You know?
No, I love that you said that, man, because it speaks to the fact that you are a true artist that way. You know what I mean? Because you said it yourself that an artist is never fully developed. And I think a true artist would always believe that like they're always going to want to create something more. They're always going to think that they can get better at something else. And there's always going to be the next thing to tackle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I said, I think that you said that was perfect, man. Like I said, that really speaks a lot to like, just how you look at yourself in that way. And I think it's great to have that confidence in yourself because, you artists, man, as temperamental as artists can be, like I think that they're very important to the world, man. And the true artists of the world speak for themselves, and I think that's what you represent in that aspect of like, you know, being a true artist in that aspect. Because again, like, you know, you're just perspective on the crafts and life and all that, I think is just very it's a beautiful perspective, man. That's really all I got to tell you. You know what I mean?
But you said something though. You said like as temporary as artists is, and artists is like come and go, but like a lot of artists, man, it's some good people, man. It's some fire people in the world, man. And some people like don't listen to themselves and probably like listen to other people or go this way and they know they should have went straight and all that or tried that and stuff. And man, you gotta just believe in yourself. And this where I'm coming at it with it. Like, man, you gotta just believe in yourself so much, man. And it's like not saying you a blow up opportunity, but you gotta believe in yourself so much that if anything happened, like, man, all you got is you, man. It's like, and I feel like once artists get that and stop, don't become a slave to the opportunity or don't become like super like, oh man, like chase the opportunity so much where you would do anything. Like you still gotta have yourself intact. Cause if you go in this and don't nobody, if you be like you got a plan or something, every plan change, it get disrupted and all that stuff. But if you could lose yourself, you know, because other people put their ideas and dreams on you and they probably never did it and see you as a vessel. And I ain't saying me, I'm just talking about all artists, you know what I'm saying? Like the strong people, I feel like the strong people like the Kanye West's, the Jay-Z's, the good Charlottes, I feel like at some point they had to do it their way, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No,
like
absolutely.
when I watch T-Pain and stuff, he's like, you know, one of them, he let the label pick the song and he didn't really feel the song, but he just let him pick it and boom. You know, that was his worst selling song. So sometimes they right though. So it could be in there. You just got to go off the feeling, man. The good energy, you got to go off the feeling. You know what I'm saying? For any artist, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's one thing I love that you brought that up too, especially about, you know, Good Charlotte and being on like their team and whatnot, is the fact that they let you guys control your own destiny that way. And I think in a lot of other ways where people are trying to tell you exactly what you should do or what they want you to do. You know what I mean? Where when I look at the artists like lineup that like, you know, from like, you know, all your peers out there, like all of y'all do different things. You know what I mean? You're all doing it your way. You know what I mean? So it's just cool to see there be like a hub out there of that has that kind of family underneath it, because I know that that's a very rare thing to see. You know what I mean? So I think that what you said too about having basically all that faith in yourself, because I think a lot of times
anything over money, over anything, like you gotta have the ultimate. It's almost a level of craziness, lunatic, how much you gotta like believe yourself, because it could be somebody like, you know, it could be somebody that you could be like, oh, look, what if you meet somebody that you look up to and, you know, man, they want to change like your hair or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, it could be so small, like change the color of your pants. Like, I want you to wear blue jeans, but you wear black jeans. It come down to simple stuff, you know what I'm saying? It could be something so simple that could alter the course of your life or your destiny, you know, or what's supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? I believe that, you know what I'm saying? So I just try to go off of feeling. Like, I go off of feel. Like, if I don't feel it, you know, man, I don't feel like it's gonna come out right, man. You know?
No, exactly, man. I think a lot of times we as people, we put a lot of our expectations on other people to tell us how to feel about something about ourselves. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you said about the blue jeans thing, right? Like if you like black jeans, but
wear them,
you wear them, motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, just because you care what X person's opinion is, as soon as they say, I think you should wear blue jeans, now all of a sudden you're questioning yourself. You know what I mean? And your own things, just because you're putting that stock into somebody else's opinion. So I love the fact that you're talking about just being true to yourself that way, because dude, I talk about this on my channel all the time. There's a million people that'll be in your ear that'll tell you what they think that you should do. You know what I mean? And I always try to encourage everybody, especially like, you know, the artists out there like yourself, to just always do what you gonna do. You know what I mean? Do what you want to do, and we'll feel that. You know what I mean? So like we feel that when y'all are being the most authentic. You know what I mean?
Just like I had to interview Joel a while back. That's my uncle too. Shout out Unc. I had to interview the on Artist Friendly, and man, super successful. Good Charlotte, you super successful. Like he in the interview, like they don't even know how it's gonna happen. Like they not like, oh, it's Petty. We're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do this, and then this gonna happen. They say like, man, I gotta kind of like lead the way. They just gonna be here to help. You know what I'm saying? So, man, like that's why I respect them, man, because they artists at the end of the day too. So they got a feel for it. I mean, I got a great relationship with them because I feel like, they artists. You know what I'm saying? Like they know who. If they don't know, who do know? You feel me? They've been through everything.
Right.
So that's good to be able to pick up the phone and get the just text and chop it up with a Benji Madden or a Joe Madden, like about, man, I'm feeling this way, or this stuff going on in my life, or at this point where y'all was at, and they just lay it on you. Like that's like a super like huge plus, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Because even if you want to quit or something, like, man, I'm gonna quit this shit, man. F all this. And then you would hit one of them or something, and you will realize that then it got like, oh man, I'm right on point. Like, oh, okay, we good. You feel me?
Yeah. I remember hearing him talk about one time in an interview about him doing some like 300 some shows in a year. That there was some year that Good Charlotte did like 300 some shows. I'm like, that right there is the testament of like, it doesn't happen overnight, dude. Yeah. You have a year where you do 300 shows. You know what I mean? Where that is the life cycle of trying to make these things happen. You know what I mean? Yeah. Not to say that everybody's going to have to go do 300 shows in a year type shit in order to be successful. Yeah. But
just think of the wear and tear and the stress and doing 300 shows. Yeah. So listen, that mean the whole year because they got to travel and stuff in between and all that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to make this all about good Charlotte because they're my boys, man. So I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? They're my people. You did.
Yeah, but it's just one of those things that I think that it just kind of talks back to the overall point that we were making where, when you look at somebody's success like them, you have to build and it takes time to ever get there. Yeah. It's never going to happen overnight. It doesn't just like we kind of maybe look at it sometimes that way, like as the fans out here in the world, right? It's like, well, like, oh, we knew them, we heard them, and all of a sudden they're just like uber successful, but there was a journey to get there. And like that's every one of those artists. It was never just overnight success that way.
Yeah, then the internet got you looking at like the big stars. On these like reels, it'd be like 30 seconds, but they squeeze like 3 months of touring and everything. So it just looked fun. It just looked like, oh man, it's the girls. It just looked fun. But man, come on, man. If the end of the road is money and everything everybody want, man, this gonna be the hardest shit ever to do. I feel like, you feel me? Like,
yeah, you're in it for the wrong reasons if you're trying to make money. You know what I mean?
I mean, or when you make money, it's like, man, you did a lot. Like, man, you like actually earned the money. Like this, like super work. Like this ain't like you just sit down, just chilling, bro. Like, but on the internet, like even rappers, bro, like they just make it look fun because they gotta sell themselves. So you get 30 seconds on the reel now, or 5 minutes. They suppress the whole year in 5 minutes. So it's nothing but highlights. It's like watching if you watch sports, like watching Deion Sanders or goddamn or LeBron James highlights. We grew up in the time, so we know all his failures and everything, but if we go watch a 5-minute highlight, we just gonna see him dunking and winning championships, celebrating, But we ain't gonna see all the tough stuff and the people he lost and all that. We ain't gonna see all that stuff on a short content form. That's why I like documentaries and everything, because it's like a movie, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, man, you gotta tell the full story, and I feel like that's a lot of times where I think even just talking about social media and the selling yourself and all that stuff today is a lot of times like people are selling you what they want you to see. You know what I mean? So, like you said, like, you might see a year's worth of stuff in a 30-second reel of stuff that they want you to see. And they don't want you to see all the heartache. They don't want you to see all those days when they were struggling. But all of that stuff is there. And I think a lot of times, I think we forget that everybody is people. You know what I mean? No matter how good and glamorous things are, those people still have bad days. And like, we have to like, I think also kind of like, respect that as like the fan side too, right? Where that the artists are also people, so we can't put all this pressure and expectation, I think, on those people, especially when they reach those higher levels of success. You know what I mean? Because then all of a sudden we don't treat them like they're people anymore. You know what I mean?
No, exactly.
And I think that's also terrible of like how we kind of forget that these are people and they are just doing the same thing that a lot of these other artists are trying to reach these plateaus, and then all of a sudden one day we start treating them like all of a sudden like we can hold them to different standards, which isn't fair to anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, man. But again, I guess I ain't been up there, but you know, I be around good Charlotte, and I like the way they move. I've been around water park stuff. I've been around Mitch from. I got a chance to chop it up from Mitch from Chase Atlantic and stuff. So and them people like that's big to me. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
well, man, I just feel like you love it, man. You don't sign up for it because you don't know, but you got to take whatever comes, man. With this amount of everything at the end of this journey, or all this is gonna be like some pressure and all that. So we just gotta figure out how to deal with it and just keep pushing on and stuff, man. You did. But I do think the kids should watch documentaries and stuff, like long documentaries, and like and get the gist of it, because I got like on the internet I talked about Michael Jackson wouldn't be as big in this time, and like everybody like, well, he'll be 15 million times bigger because streaming. But I'm like, yeah, but people would have mimicked him. Like, that's all I was saying. Like, I didn't say he wasn't gonna be bigger than them, but I just feel like he would have had to do content like on the internet. He would have had to show people how to do the moonwalk, because that would have been an extra 50 billion streams. You know what I'm saying? Then he would have had to show people how he leaped and all that. Like, I was, when he wasn't even alive, I thought Michael Jackson, when he leaped, I didn't know he had like heels and put his foot in the stage and leap. He was like a magic man to me, you know?
Yeah.
But with the internet, that he would have had to show it because it's content. He would have had to be doing. That's, you get what I'm saying?
It's the curse of the day and age of information. When Michael Jackson and all, like even like Elvis and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
There was only limited information that was being spread about those things. So it was
some type of magic to it then, right?
Yeah, because it was distant from you. Now everything seems so close and instant gratification, right? Like you were saying, like long form content, like a lot of the younger generations, they can't sit through an entire movie. You know what I mean? Because they're bored with it. They're not invested with the 2-hour story.
Yeah. And I come from a little city, Milwaukee. Like, man, we ain't see no celebrities coming through when we was little. Like, you know, like a Kanye West coming to Milwaukee and stuff. Like, man, like now it's just like everybody go everywhere. But that's better though. Like the internet got like, it wasn't like that. It was like the main, you know, like LA, Chicago, you know, the main big markets, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where the Jay-Z's come when they big. Like now, like Nicki Minaj and them like stopping in the mill, you know, in Milwaukee and stuff like. So I feel like that's cool. You feel me? That wasn't happening when I was little though. Like it wasn't no like Madonnas and all that coming to Milwaukee. You feel me?
Yeah, I think that things have gotten better in some aspects, but worse in others. Like you said, I completely agree with that sentiment of like Michael Jackson. I don't think would have the same numbers today that he would have back then, because there's a difference in time there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you said, instantaneously we have. There's another 1,000 people out there that could dance just like him all over the world, and they have a phone that they could post it to the internet right afterwards.
And they gonna practice it. Yeah, soon as Michael Jackson moonwalked and the world went crazy, like because I watched the documentary, they said when he moonwalked at the show, like time stopped. Man, people would have been on their phones. It would have been a million videos of other people doing it the next day.
Yeah. And it wouldn't have been the same effect. It wouldn't have been the same effect.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. It would have took away the magic. He probably still would have been super big. He probably would have been the best artist ever still, but he just wouldn't have been magical, as magic as he was back in the 80s, bro. You know what I'm saying? Prince, none of them. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my opinion. I could be all the way wrong. You know, this is my opinion. Yeah.
I'm with you, fam. I'm actually in complete agreement with you, and I think anybody who disagrees with that one, like, you know, you're just being a little too defensive, because it's we're being objective here. Like, you know what I mean? Like I said, the times are different. It's not any kind of shade on Michael Jackson or Prince, because I love both of them too. You know what I mean? So I think that they're two of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest of all times, and you know, just as far as artists and musicians. So
yeah, for sure.
So yeah, it's not any kind of snub in their direction, but I think that's just the conversation of like information is just passed differently now than it was then. And so we would have seen, like you said, some of that magic would have been a little lost because we would have been robbed of all those times where we were practicing the moonwalk in our kitchen in front of our families and our friends, and nobody else was recording it. You know what I mean? Because nobody had a recording device at the time. We were just practicing, and that was part of life that way.
And we couldn't go see behind the scenes Good Charlotte and all that unless they wanted us to and filmed it and all that, like,
and release something for it. You know what I mean?
Hey man, hey, if they walk out the studio, it's a camera. It could be, you know, it's behind. You gotta, it's you know what I'm saying? It's all good though, man. But you gotta take it. I love the internet though. You know what I'm saying? Like I love it. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah,
because it's making like millionaires and everything, like young millionaires and everything. So it's like the gift and the curse, it's like the yin and yang. Like, you know, it got its flaws and it got its pros. It got its cons and its pros. You know what I'm saying?
That's like everything in life, man. Not everything is perfect. You know what I mean? There's always going to be an up and down to every situation that way. And that's the same thing with the internet. There's a lot of benefits and a lot of positive things to it, but also like a lot of other things that come negative with it too, you know? And so I think it's just all being self-aware. You know what I mean? So, you know, I think that the internet's one of those things where it's really easy for people to kind of get trapped up in a lot of things, and it can affect your mental health that way. But I think that just recognizing that you need to have like breaks from it, and you need to be able to separate yourself from the internet from time to time, I think it's just important. You know what I mean? Like just the idea of getting outside. You know what I mean? Like it's the same thing. Like when you're inside all day, sometimes you just go get some fresh air, fam. You need to put your phone down. You just need to just kind of like reset your brain. And I think that like, you know, as long as we stay conscious of like those negative side effects that way, then like, you know, we can still enjoy all the benefits that do come along with the internet, you know, because now I think that it's also a lot. Today is, I think, the easiest day in the history of the universe for an artist to be able to get exposure because of the internet. You know what I mean? And when Michael Jackson was, you know, popping like we were talking about back in the 80s, that was a difficult time because you had to get a record label to sign you, or you had to have certain things in order to get any kind of exposure.
And I'm developing, so we good. You did.
Yeah, man, you're developing. You're developing like I don't even know. I can't even think of a good metaphor right now. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is that your development is coming along pretty nicely, my friend. And like I said, I'm excited for your new music coming out. You know, next week, March 7th again. So I'm stoked to hear it, man. And I appreciate you spending time with me today, man. I always enjoy our conversations.
Oh yeah, appreciate you, Johnny, man. You know, anytime, man. You know, I'll rock with you.
Yeah, man. Like I said, you know, if you are already not familiar with Petti Hendrix, I'll make sure I leave all the links in the top of this video so that way you can go and support him. Tell him how much you like his music. And again, March 7th, we got new music coming out, so we're going to be talking about that. So thank you again, Petti. Appreciate you, man.
Love.